There's something to be said about hard-nosed full contact. It's like that raw rap all the way back to boom bap. Spikes up, Ty Cobb inspired killing the corners. Heating up with recklessness, we still getting warmer. Nevertheless, nothing can test, we bring it best. Wile E. Coyote mixed with Roadrunner, full comers. Holding your title hostage, the kings we smoke others. You're either with us or against us, it doesn't matter which. Scouting your weakness, we bring the wrath when we hit. There's never been a squad as raw as trash can spit. You might get bashed with a stick while I'm pounding the fence. Look around, you're a fish while I'm rounding it quick. Take a look at the base and sprint off with a fist in your face. No remorse, no mercy, no force can hurt me. This scouts purposely bring the pain, come try to work me. But there's a crew of dirty cats.
Good evening! Welcome again to the place with the bass in your face. No mace. The Glue Guys program, Wednesday evenings, 6:30. Come on, I'm bass in your face, mace. All right, yeah, no. Hey, welcome. Wow. Welcome. It's February 2023. Yeah, we're running a little late. If you give me 5 goddamn seconds to tell ya, man, demanding. I said no mayo on my burger. Shut up. Just sit there and enjoy the show. Shut up and enjoy the show. They're like 5-year-olds in the DMV. Sit down. Listen, welcome. Glue Guys program. You can always catch us at glueguysprogram.com. We are now on Twitch. Get on that. Why are you not friending us on Instagram? We're on Instagram now. Worldwide.
Growth,
baby. And man, I gotta tell you, it's like the weight's been lifted, Marlos. I feel like fucking 300 pounds lighter. I feel, because the texts keep coming, right? Like people forgot. And do you know the distinct pleasure and adulations I feel when I can answer with one of two, and they both, either one works for every question I've gotten.
Adulation, by the way.
It ain't my fucking problem. Or better yet, I have no fucking idea. And that's pretty much my answer to most of the questions today. And it will be for the foreseeable future. I ain't got no affiliation. I ain't got no ties. I ain't got nothing. So now I can live that life. Habitual, baby. Habitual. So, needless to say, if you thought the program was skewered one way, and you shouldn't, but maybe you're new, if you think we were going to be skewered anyway, there's only one way the program will be skewered from now on, and that is the Glue Guys way. And you know what I got to say if you disagree? Oh, no, I can't do a crotch chop. That caused trouble. All right, I'm going to hold that one off. We don't really care. Good luck. Or as my buddy Gene Hackman likes to say, good day, sir. Good day. Moving on, welcome. We got a lot going on tonight. We got a lot to unpack from this weekend. That's why the weight's been lifted. But I'll still give you a review of the tournament and tell you what happened as we went deep into the night Sunday night. Want to say rest in peace, Mickey Czar's directorial aspirations as they died this weekend at Pioneer Park.
Wow.
You guys are fucking savages, man. The guy's just trying to help me, and you bombard him the minute you don't see me. I couldn't even walk across the grass, take a piss without my phone going off. My God, what's wrong with you people? You're like zombies trying to get brains. Leave the boy alone. Oh, man. Anyway, pretty entertaining tournament regardless. We'll recap that in a second. Hey, huge UFC fight this weekend. We got some shit talking going on, and it's going to get settled. And I loved a comment today from Volkanovski in response to getting called out by Chimaev about you made a mistake. Your boy made a mistake switching weight classes, and you're going to make a mistake. And he said, you know what? That just shows me how weak you are that you don't want to challenge yourself. You want to stay in your little... Loved it. We got a great fight this weekend. If you don't like UFC, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Why are you here? But on to softball-related issues. Oh, and by the way, Yeah, we got a big football game Sunday that's going to fuck up your traffic patterns and your parking if you live anywhere near Glendale. We're going to get into our final Super Bowl predictions. And if you didn't look close enough, I do have the Eagles hat on. Super Bowl, we're in it. We're in it, by the way. So if you're not a Chiefs fan, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right, get your Super Bowl squares. Maybe you can win some money because your team ain't winning shit Sunday. Moving on. All right. So, yeah, pretty much. Stuff coming up. Had a good talk with Ronnie Salcido this weekend. We're going to be giving away a couple bags. The new bags came out, the new Mike and Easton backpacks with buffed up zipper technology. There's a couple cool features on there. We're going to be giving a couple of those away on the show. Dennis, I just leave the chat. My fucking pouch on my goddamn roller bag isn't done because you don't know how to embroider. All right, you took a little trip to go to the Spiders draft, and you didn't get my shit done. So no, you are not welcome here today, sir. You are not welcome. Good day, sir. I said good day. So yeah, had a little tournament this weekend. But yeah, Ronnie, talking to him, we're gonna have some cool shit coming up, man. Like we announced last week, soon to see our DTS partnership, which I know you're excited about. That's why you have the Pondering Man expression there. I don't know the name of that statue. That's why I totally choked there.
It's actually got a name. It's the Thinking
Man. That's well, I was close.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to.
Yeah,
it's Dennis. That doesn't explain the week and a half it took to not get done. Okay, but nice try. And I don't hold John responsible at all. Marty's still in very high standard. It's just you, sir. I worry. Anyway. So, yeah, some cool giveaways. We got our partnership. Yeah, man. I'm a little shook. I apologize for our lateness tonight. I got stuck on a phone call. How the hell do I describe it? Well, let's just say I was deep in negotiations on something.
Bro. Yeah, call it what it is.
Yeah, I was deep in negotiations. Nothing settled yet, and well, shit, I don't know if it's going to be. We'll see. So anyway, I'm not in a right headspace. I'm working through it here, so bear with me tonight. I guess I'll be a little more subdued than usual. So let's jump right into the tournament. Let's talk about it. I'll start with the majors because they were one day and finished it. Wow, we had ourselves a championship, I believe. And guess what? Marlos and I are motherfucking 2 for 2 on predictions up in this bitch. 2 for 2.
Fucking time. Whole fucking time. I mean, we just swept the weekend, bro. What can we do? Sometimes when you're skilled, there's skill, and there is skill. That's all I got.
Look, you people, I tried to tell you the curse was over. We tried to tell you. So, in a very exciting game, the reverse of last tournament, right? So, for him comes in the king seat, undefeated, right? Or no, No, I'm wrong. Bandits were in the king seat. Sorry. For him was in the king seat last tournament. Bandits in the king seat this tournament. For him pushes to an if game. Okay? Had a little disagreement in the if game. And that's all I'm going to call was a disagreement.
No.
Not even?
Nah.
That's not even good enough?
Nope.
Wow.
We're not doing that.
Uh-oh.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Nope, we're not doing that. Nope. We're not doing that. Peep game. That's what you call a kerfuffle. You can call it a scuffle if you like, but it's a kerfuffle. In reality, it's just a lot of aggressive fucking breathing. It was late in the evening and people had played plenty of games. So by that time, of course, their breath wasn't good. So it was a lot of hot ass air being breathed and breathed upon people. A lot of, let me show you my chest going on. Not a single solitary fist was thrown, which to me is what is required to call it a fight or even a scuffle. I need a swing and a miss for a scuffle, right? Or I need a glancing blow for a scuffle. I definitely need contact for a fight. I mean, fist, face, elbow, face, something like that. I need an actual punch or kick thrown. None of that happened, right? Kerfuffle. A whole bunch of fucking hugging, pushing, shoving, and hot ass fucking breath. And let me ask you this, because I wasn't there. I was on another field I was playing.
Oh, I was watching it.
Okay, so here's the problem. Why the fuck did that even happen? Before you answer, hold on. Before
I'm
you
sorry.
answer, here's one of my problems, right? I am constantly berated with the phrase, it's just softball. Every fucking time I step on a field or I step to a park, somebody says, it's just softball. Why the fuck are y'all even shouting, pushing, shoving, hugging, and kerfuffling and all that? Why? What the fuck even happened, right? What I also would like to see is us do a better job of policing ourselves, right? I'm not talking this shit because I want to brag about a fight or a kerfuffle. I'm actually talking about it because we do a lot of pretending like we're all above board, like we're above reproach. Shout out to John. But then when you're actually at the fields, when you're actually at these parks, when you're at the fields and you see how many times these types of things happen, it makes you wonder which one is the reality? Which one's the truth? Is it that it's just softball, or is that just the I'm too good high side pretend act that everybody likes to put on? Because I swear I see way too many push and shoving kerfuffle type of things going on way too often for it always to be just softball. So, I mean, I would love to know why that happened or what caused it, what started it. Beyond, I know the actual action that led to everything kind of escalating. I know that part. But really, like, why did that even occur? That's weird to me. Go ahead.
Well, first things first. When people tell you it's just softball, let's get this squared away right now. They're fucking lying to your face, all right? So let's lower expectations on the truth factor in that fucking statement, all right?
Legit.
You know, how everybody loves to say one thing and do another. I mean, it's a commonplace thing. You should just be used to it by now. But I understand. You want to hold out hope that people are actually decent human beings, and they keep fucking letting you down. I get it, all right?
Yeah. You hope that the word means something.
So, you know, it's complete bullshit from fucking 80%, 85% of the guys out there. No, it's not just softball. It's their whole week. It's fucking a league. It's talking shit on this guy Tuesday night and then telling the guy you were talking shit on Tuesday night on Wednesday night this exact same thing about the guy you were talking to. It's fucking, you know,
retarded.
There's no policing. I agree with there 100%. Everybody lets everybody else get away with it. And then when someone, you know, Bingley moves from the East Coast here and does what we've done our whole life and calls you out on bullshit, suddenly we're the bad person. We're the asshole. People here, for the most part, don't like the truth, and they certainly don't like to be called on their bullshit. They like to kind of live in the fantasy world where they can say whatever they want to say and then completely refute it when called on it by the person they said it about. I've gotten used to it. It's a factor in why I'm no longer want to have anything to do with fucking having any authority over this shit. And I'm just, you know, I'm not even going to entertain it anymore. You guys continue to live in your fucking little world where softball's life, man. So it's life, man.
I still think it's funny because, yes, I understand that there's a level of, there's a whole lot of testosterone flying around. Everybody wants to be a competitor. No one really wants to go out to these fields and lose. No one wants to spend their weekend or their Saturday day or Saturday whole day, Saturday first day. No one wants to spend that time just to get their asses kicked. I get it. And at the same time, let's be real. And I wish people would be a little more honest all the time, which is, yeah, it is just softball. But at the same time, it means something to you or else you wouldn't do it. None of it, most of the people playing, especially in senior, you're spending a couple $100 on each bat. You're spending a couple $100 on your equipment, your turfs and everything else, right? You're spending a good amount of money on it. You're spending a good amount of time on it. Most of these guys BP a couple times a week or whatever, or, they're playing every, a couple times a month. That's a considerable investment into something that you claim is not that big a deal or that you claim doesn't mean a whole lot. All of those things are fucking lies. And the fact that everyone seems to be complicit with that lie blows my fucking mind. Number two, though, I do want to get back to the real question, though, is why did that even happen? And I'm only mad. I'm not mad. I'm lying. I don't even want to pretend I'm not mad.
You ain't putting that much effort in. First of all,
I don't give a fuck, bro. No, I mean, I was only bothered by it, and I'll call it what it is. I was inconvenienced. Because as a result of said kerfuffle, the one-shot Moneyballers game that was supposed to be going on after that championship game was pushed back by 30, 45 minutes or so, which then translated into that game finishing an hour or so late or more. And my team was the team following that. So yeah, it kind of sucked to sit there. And those guys had finished their little anger and tantrums and all went home. I just think we got to do a better job of paying it forward. We do a lot of fucking complaining about tournaments and directors and brackets and teams and players and coach and but we really do a shitty job of paying it forward. You know what I mean? If I'm in the dugout, I want to get my shit up out of there and get out of your way so you can get on in there. And I think that same thing comes down with how we conduct ourselves on the field during games, after games, and et cetera. There is never an excuse in which something like that should occur. And more importantly, if it does, I need to see hands, because you ain't that mad if you're not swinging on. Because let's be honest, bro, you're not mad if you're not swinging on nobody. If you just pushing and shoving and yelling and hugging and huffing and puffing, you're not really that goddamn mad. Because I got a name for it. Bullshit. Go ahead.
Now look, it's not as good as kerfuffle. All right. But from now on, what we're gonna call these things is the hold me backs. The hold me back.
Indeed, I'm down. All right,
that's the hold me back. We had a hold me back Saturday night.
Right.
Let me tell you why. Let me get to the root of the problem, in my opinion, for you real quick, and we'll move on.
Yes,
we're getting negative ourselves.
This is not no. I won't do that. This is not negative. There is nothing negative that I'm saying. That's bullshit. Here's what they pulled is bullshit, and the cover behind it is bullshit. Because you know what I didn't see? I didn't see a single fucking person hop their ass on Facebook talking about, hey, that wasn't a good look. What I did see was everybody acting like it didn't happen. That's not me being negative. That's me being honest. Fuck that.
Well, you can't. Anyway, let me see what I was going to say. Here's the problem, all right? You hear about it's just softball or, all that stuff. Listen, at the end of the day, all right, it's not about your team. It's not about winning. The people who do this, I'm talking about, not in general.
Of course,
all right?
Of course.
It's not about winning. It's not about the team. It's not about hanging out with your friends. You know what it's about? It's about your hurt feelings, all right? And your ego getting damaged and somebody calling you out, which you questioned is against something that you hold sacred or your manhood, whatever it is, all right? But it breaks down to a very simple thing. It's a personal issue. It's your issue, all right? It's not for the betterment of the team, or it's people who want to come out here with their chest out, but really they're should be curled up in a fetal position because how sensitive they are, all right? It's about your feelings and you being hurt and what you perceive to be slights and how you perceive all that shit's got to stop. We all go to work Monday, man. We all go to fucking work Monday. So, don't be, if a pitcher gets blown up, I don't want to read about that shit. I don't want you fucking parading around after you did it. The kerfuffles or the hold me backs. What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? And I'm speaking in general, so please, no one involved in it Saturday, take it personal. It's not personal. It's a general statement. Personal. And worst of all, your game got pushed back. Let me tell you what happened to me on a personal level. All right. I had planned to have time to go get cigarettes, and I was my last one. I'm holding on to the last one that I had bummed off someone. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. Tanya Calhoun hooked me up. And I held on to it, and I swear to you, I had just lit it and decided, all right, I'm going to smoke it. Whenever we get out of here, I'll be all right. I had taken 2 drags off that motherfucker, and the hold me back broke out, and I threw the cigarette down and went, these motherfuckers. And I didn't even get to smoke my last goddamn cigarette standing there trying to do the hold me back on the hold me back. So on a personal note, fuck every one of you involved in that. I was looking forward to that goddamn cigarette with the torture that I had to deal with from some of you people. So moving on, we just don't see the point.
Hold on a second.
Don't see the point.
Hold on a second before we move on, because I ain't ready to move on. I ain't ready to move on yet. And the reason why is, look, the reason why is, and we do this on chat, right? So look, in chat, John said it was handled by both teams internally. We moved on from it, and everyone else should too. That's cool for you guys. You know what? But you know what I didn't see was the level of accountability for it. And I don't really give a fuck what goes on in the team. That's cool. That's you guys, and that's what you're supposed to do. I applaud that. I respect that it was handled that way. The point of this conversation isn't necessarily just the individual teams. It isn't the teams that did it this weekend. It is not the first time that has ever happened. It is not the only time that's happened, and it's not the last time that's going to happen. What it is a matter of accountability for our community. Any other time, if it's something that everybody likes, everybody has something to say about it, and we talk about it ad nauseum. But when we do things that we shouldn't, we try to hide it and we try to not say it. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not even addressing anyone in particular, because I don't know why it happened. I don't even give a fuck why it happened, right? What I am saying is, again, we have to hold ourselves to a better standard. We go out to these tournaments, we talk all this shit before the tournaments about how we're stand-up folks and et cetera. And then we do those things, and then we don't address them accordingly. And what I mean address them is, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, that was out of line. I didn't see that. And that's kind of what I'm saying. And every time these things happen, it devolves into people going, yeah, they got in a fight, and they turn it into something that's quote unquote positive by giving attention to that negative. All I'm saying is we have to do better. We do these things and we act like they're okay, and everybody pretends like it didn't happen. And then the next time it happens, everybody again tries to act like it didn't happen. So if we're gonna keep it honest, let's keep it honest. We shouldn't have these situations because everybody's claiming, oh, it's just softball. Then that shouldn't happen ever. If it's just softball. But if it's not just softball and it happens, cool. But say, hey, you know what? I'm out of line. That shouldn't happen. Boom. And I understand the teams. I know a lot of the folks on the teams, and I respect a lot of the folks on both teams. So that's why I'm not really about the teams in themselves. I don't see that happening every time. I don't see that happening probably again. But it's still a point to be made that, again, if we're gonna represent our community, we need to do that properly, and that is not a proper way to represent ourselves. Period.
Yeah, I just personally, I don't understand, and I understand people involved who, certain people apologize, and I get all that, but my point is always going to be, and the thing I've never understood, all right, is sure, you could apologize for what your action, but I don't understand, and it is Curtis. Poor bastard out there, limping around, having to play all those, what he play, 7-8 games? That poor son of a bitch. Yeah. The point being, you can apologize for it after, but I don't understand why it even got to that point. Why? Yes, they do owe me a fucking pack. I don't understand how it even got to that point. So at the end of the day, it still comes back to what I talked about. It's one person's hurt feelings or whatever to do an action enough to cause someone else to get out of themselves and do something stupid. So The initial act, all right, both parties are wrong, but the initial act, why does it get so bad that you feel you need to do something to infuriate another human enough to run across a diamond or charge or whatever after the game? Whenever it happens, because remember, I'm speaking generally, like what made you so mad that you would do that? If it's either it's just softball or you take the shit too seriously. You can't have it both ways, and everybody's trying to do that. So look in the fucking mirror, make a decision, and then fucking be consistent instead of this half-ass shit everybody's doing. If that's how you want to live, all right, own it. Respect. Own it and say, yeah, I take this shit too serious. Own it. Don't try to convince me otherwise, and you're out there fucking doing whatever it is you do. All right?
Hold me back, Factory 40.
Ain't no factory.
Hold on. Hold me back, Factory 40s. I love it. Hold me back.
Marlos already has the fucking color scheme and logo ready to go.
Shit, bro. That's money right there. That's money.
That is money right there. I keep naming teams out here, man. I'm just I want a fucking royalty up in this shit.
Banana hammocks. I ain't forgot about that. All right,
so anyway, very entertaining major division. It was tight all day. Like I said, for him held on and came up, and they had a lot of games they had to play. They were missing a couple guys, so AAA Challenge Cup team was in there. Blue Point was in there. AZ Bandits, and then Roster Check also in there. So it was a good Saturday. I know the
Great
AAA
game.
guys were a little roughed up having to just 2 pools and go home, but it ended up working out. So congratulations, Bandits, again. 2 in a row, making Marlos and I look like fucking Notre Dame out here. Maybe now you put a little respect on our predictions that we know what the hell we're talking about.
All day.
Called it dead rights, first and second, both of us.
Yes.
So suck on that if you made fun of us for our pick. Well, made fun of me. They don't make fun of you. So suck on that if you made fun of my picks. All right? It's not a curse anymore, goddammit. It's a fucking pattern. And maybe you should see if you can get, fucking DraftKings and get some fucking AZ senior softball odds up in that bitch. Maybe I'll make you some money too.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's how majors play out. Then we had a fucking marathon day on Sunday, and look, the ship was already going to be 6:30 if everything went perfect, and well, guess what? It didn't. We just got held up. A couple games went extra innings. Some open innings, like somebody dropped an 18 in an open late in the day. It just got out of hand to the point where we were getting during the third place game. It was already like 8:00 and they weren't even done yet. I got to work Monday. Some of the teams had guys driving from Williams, Tucson. So I made a deal, and the two teams, as you saw, Heat and Sandbaggers, split for co-champs. Sandbaggers is also going to get rings, and that was my doing. I asked very politely that nobody wants to be here. I got to get home. I was done. And I laughed because I said, of course, these idiots are going to give me a going away present in my last tournament, and boy, did they ever. And that's everyone. No one team could claim credit to that. Y'all contributed because y'all were in the bracket to start the day. But I really do. I want to give a shout out to Heat and Sandbaggers for working with me and making that happen. I saw some chirping about co-champs, but the funny part was anybody chirping didn't even finish as high as fifth. So, of course you're chirping. You got to go home and have dinner at a decent hour. Of course. Of course you did. So, we had all kinds of crap going on. We got through it, so I appreciate those guys. But there's one thing that I want to address that I'm just tired of it. I'm just fucking tired of it. And luckily I don't have to deal with it anymore, but I'm not letting you fucking whiners off the hook. All right? You knew coming into the tournament that Heat was getting a spot. You knew. You signed up. You paid your money. You came and played. All right? They are still hitting in the open.
Oh, shit. I wasn't ready for that. That's real shit. That's super real. Super real.
And, yeah. So, look. You guys, you got your asses beat, all right? He did the job.
Bro. Hey, bro.
And look, I don't know if you looked at him over the course of the day, but by 5:30, bro, nobody was walking straight. Nobody. They were limping. They had heat packs, and like we were one step away from literally setting up a mobile IV unit out there, like a MASH unit. All right? So for all you guys crying about the 5 runs, fucking be better. Stop fucking crying. Go be better. All right? Go be better. The only teams that didn't bitch were Sandbaggers and Sonoran. At least one guy from every other team had something to say in some fucking half-ass fucking passive-aggressive comment or something walking by me. And they got mad when I turn around and go, hey, guess what? I don't give a fuck. And I'm pretty sure anybody around me doesn't either. So go play softball. Thank you. I'm just tired of it. You guys got nothing better to do. It's just softball. Well, why are they getting 5 runs? Oh, I don't know. Because they look like a fucking walking MASH unit. They look like literally the zombies from Walking Dead out here by the 6th game. And they still whooped your asses. Shout out AZ Heat. 10 years older than most of these dudes and just running them. You want to know why they beat you? It wasn't 5 runs. It's because they know how to hit.
All right, then why do they need a spot?
Marlos, we're friends. You're my co-host on the program. All right?
I am, but hey, I'm still where I'm on, bro.
Hold on, friend.
Right,
hold on, friend. Hold on. We're gonna finish this right now, and you're gonna be my prime example. To show people that I'm not picking sides or anything. All right, let me ask you a question, friend, pal, who we keep it real. How many runs you fucking lose by the Heat?
Hey,
how many was it?
No. Hold on.
I remember the score. Let's see if you do.
Hold on. You don't get to run that on me because I'm not the motherfucker that's saying it as in, oh, I'm upset because it happened to me. No, hold on. Because
how many?
I'm still.
We didn't play the question.
We didn't play Heat, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You sure?
Yeah, we didn't fucking play Heat, bro. We played Men of Power. We played Men of Power. They got a spot. We beat them. What I'm saying is exactly from that same point that I'm saying it. Because, it didn't affect me anyway. And I'm not one of those people who goes, oh, that's the only way they beat us is because they got spot. I'm not one of them dudes. What I'm saying is, I love AZ Heat. Them dudes are legit. And I know every time it's them and Amigos that I use as my example, right? And I understand the rules. I don't want anybody to get what I'm saying twisted. I understand the rule. The rule is the rule. And that part is clear. No one's arguing that. I'm definitely not arguing that. What I'm saying is we often do this thing where we transpose between the rules to what's actually occurring, right? And so I'm doing the same thing. Yes, here's the rule. However, fucking AZ Heat doesn't need a goddamn spot. They can beat the shit out of practically every 40 AAA team that they want to. As long as they're on like they're normally on, they're going to do what they're going to do. That's what I mean by why do they need a spot? I understand the rules. Not a fucking moron. I am saying though, they don't need it. They could hold their own without a 5-run spot. That's what I'm getting at.
And we tried that. I tried that.
I know. I get it. I get it.
So
I get it.
I'm all for ideas and progressive thinking and trying different shit. Well, hope the new guy is too, because I ain't fucking doing this shit no more.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Right?
Somebody else could take that, man. Or I drop that shit at fucking Pioneer at 8:30 Sunday night, and I am not going back for it.
I was going to correct you on that. You ain't got to do it. Somebody else will.
It is currently abandoned, and I am not going back for it. My point was, and Marlos is right.
Exactly. Yes,
they didn't.
The point.
They didn't play him. All right.
Yeah.
So again, my point, all the crying and whining and bitching really had no bearing. So if you had stopped for 5 seconds to look at the scores, it didn't matter. So there's an argument to be made on either side of my side of, hey, that's the rules, and Marlos' side of, well, if they beat teams by more than a spot, what's the point? Here is the only thing I'll say about that. There's no solution. There's no black and white solution. All right. And the thing is this. At the end of the day, if you as a team let it beat you before you ever take the field, you walk, oh man, they're getting 5 run. All right, the spot's not the problem. Your fucking mental state is, first of all. And I am guilty of that in years before when they were 50s AZ Heat and getting in my head or my team's head. It's happened. I've seen it. I watch it happen. All right? That's a team's fault. That's not the spot's fault. That's not the rules' fault. That's your fault. Mm-hmm. So just remember that when you start crying at a new guy or girl or it or whatever they fucking identify as. I don't know. I'm trying to be fucking progressive here. Be a little think about that for a second. You know what I mean? I ain't got shit to worry about, by the way, whoever that is in chat. Trust me, I told 300-pound gorillas off my shoulders. Anything that happens from here on out, whether I go 0 for 8 or 8 for 8, Judy's, bombs, Euro steps, step backs, fucking half turns, step over, Iverson, Lou, all of it is gravy at this point. It's gravy after what I've been through the last year. And the sooner you guys realize that, the better chance you have actually getting hits off me when I bring it up while I'm trying to pitch to you and get your mind off of the fucking ball that's coming at you. Because I am coming out to compete. It's just gravy. And for me, personally, moving forward, guess what? It's just about softball. I dropped the mic, but it's attached to the thing, and I can't do it.
Awkward. Awkward.
So AAA, interesting day. Couple things we want to point out. I saw a lot of competition. I did say bombs, John. My 301s are bombs. Don't you know that? If I could play all my games as Sportsman, bro, I would be a power hitter. But I can't. So, hey, Benny, good evening, sir.
Hola.
I said this to Los in a private conversation. I think I said to Chris Gordon at one point, my perfect solution to the 50 spot is this, and I never figured it out. But the only thing I came up with as close to a fix as this is a progressive spot, because the big difference between those guys in the 40s is this. In the beginning of the day, it's as close to even as it's going to get. As the day goes on, the progressive playing numerous games and heat or cold or whatever it be, whatever weather, that wears on the older guys a lot faster than the 40s guys. Pino, nobody hurt me. I'm just having some fun. Well, I mean, a lot of people hurt me, but that's another show. So some way to have some kind of progressive spot where after, and this is all example, this isn't, I'm just throwing it out there. 4 games, they get 2 runs. 5 games, they get 3 runs, so on and so forth. Something like that, whereas the more games they play, you work up to that 5-run or extra fielder spot. That's the only thing that I think might work, because the disadvantage of being that old really comes into play about middle of the day on, however long the tournament goes. And that's just how I feel about it. It can't just be a straight up thing most of the time. There are, there's certain circumstances. I mean, Amigos was just whooping 40 majors there for a minute, so we tried to just make him play straight up, and it turned out to be detrimental in the grand scheme of things. Got all the data we could and just decided, no, we're sticking with the rule the way it is. But there are things that I didn't think were fair. Like if you take a fiver or fielder, you should still flip. You should still flip, and that got put in, so I'm happy about that. At the end of the day, you really should just try to win on whoever's across from you. And, it's been a problem here for a long time about guys worried about, the shortstop's ranking and where they got that guy from and why do we need to do. And no one ever just fucking gets on the field and tries to beat the team in front of them. Majors do that. But the AAA, man, there's too many of you guys out there worrying about other people and other teams. And, well, that guy's this. Okay, so one guy's going to beat your whole team. Good to know. Good to know. You got to have a better mentality going into games. And I've always stuck to that. So it's comes back to say it's on you guys. It's not on the other team or the spot or the rule. It's on you. It's on you. And that's not going to change. So until the mentality changes, and like I talked about last week, until people realize, like, for instance, majors is not the top. All right, it's the middle. And you should always want to better your team and play the best competition to get better. Until those two things really change for the majority, these problems aren't going away. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So remember that when you go bitch about a spot or this guy should be ranked this and that. Nope. Get to the heart of the matter. So anyway, shout out to the co-champs of the Southwest Invite. AZ Heat 55s. That's right, you got beat by 55s. Although they're not your typical 55s. Let's be honest. You guys kick ass. Come on.
Oh, man.
You take the spot, but come on, Carlos and company. You know you're good. You know you're that good.
That's
I definitely would have loved to seen Sandbaggers and them play, like to play it out. But look, man, it just wasn't going to happen. I'm sorry. I dedicated enough time for the weekend, and that was it. But we're both going to get rings. We're going to take care of the prizes.
I love this comment right here. I'm going to actually throw it on there once my mouth starts to function.
I agree with it. I know what you're putting up, and I agree with it. Yeah. And I don't know why this isn't the majority. It's the minority. Absolutely, no one can argue with me that this is the minority mindset, especially of the AAA teams, all right?
Yeah.
Except for a couple, but for the most part, AAA division is what's the easiest way for us to win?
Yeah.
What's the easiest way? Okay? And you can't convince me otherwise. All year I saw it, all right? So until the mentality changes in the majority, we're going to be dealing with this issue. Shit, we're going to talk about a lot this year, not by my own choice either. But anyway, on to a couple things. New team this weekend. New team, and we happen to have a guy that played on that team. Oh, he co-hosts a show.
Yeah.
Had a very nice weekend. You, along with your squad that you ran with BTB, Ryan Hawkins and crew, my buddy Timmy Myers over there, the sleeping giant, as we like to call him. Wake up, hit a bomb, and nap again.
Good time.
And he knows he'll never live that down, and he owns it, and I appreciate that. The sleeping ginger. There was a bunch of good ones that I heard. You guys had a hell of a showing for your first tournament.
Yeah, it was legit.
Fifth, if I remember correctly. Fifth, right? Was it fifth or fourth? Fourth. Okay, my apologies. That's why I said it with some hesitation.
Nobody's infallible. It's all good.
Wow, fuck that shit. I hear that word way too often. Coin flips, which teams were heads and tails. Trust me, I know. Great showing, man, and
good time.
To kind of, couple guys jumped into positions maybe they weren't expected to and flourished, and I thought Ryan Hawkins did a really nice job on the bump this weekend when he came in.
So did I.
Not so much known as a pitcher, so that was a really nice surprise, and I paid a little extra attention. I was pretty happy, yeah. The problem is you're not kidding. John, just write serious, not serious, please.
Yeah.
Just write that. All right. That is not above reproach, your comment, sir. Real nice showing. And look, man, I'd love another team to get up into those top 4 to 6 and make some noise, right? Because again, where's Sandbaggers finished? They're right there. They're kind of holding it down. A la BTL before the bump. They're starting to really settle in up top, and they're not moving right now. So somebody got to go knock them off. And Sonoran's right there. They had a battle for the third place game. Sonoran went into the Open down big and got it down to 5 before Sandbaggers finally ended it. Granted, everybody was dead ass tired, but they made a run there at the end and made it interesting because everybody was like, "Oh, this thing's over," and then it wasn't over. Sonoran was like, "Yeah, we're not done yet." So they dropped, I think it was 7 or 8, and they got it down to 5, and that's so a hell of a showing by them to take third. But Sonoran's always there. Sandbaggers up top, kind of laying claim to that top of the mountain. Be nice to have another team jump in there, man. With the Four Hims and the Todas and whoever I'm missing right now, because I'm probably missing somebody.
I just love the fact that AAA is so competitive now. And I know everybody makes a lot of complaints about how many teams there are in AAA versus how many teams there are in Major, but it's really important for those teams to become competitive and stronger and better and compete with each other, because then, again, the cream does rise to the top. So there's a couple teams, of course, that are going to jump their way over into the major ranks, but it still leaves for a really competitive AAA or 40s AAA area. I also like to believe that it is independent of sanction, that the teams that are competitive and the teams that are doing work that they're needing to do are doing that everywhere. So I think that benefits, all of the divisions, because the more teams you have that are confident about their ability to perform and their ability to compete, the more likely those teams are to play up, the more likely those teams are to be even willing to take a bump. Because, at least from the kids' side of things, folks get bumped and then they go, peace, and they switch out and everybody leaves. And so it's good to see that. It's good to see that things are becoming more competitive.
I don't know if that's Tony or somebody else. We had this conversation in private. I told you I was purposely not going to say the name even, to avoid any remnants of possible curse that my speaking will bring on someone. Look, I'll be out there in March, so you guys will be able to come at me now again, if you so choose. But like I told our good friend Don Logan, you can't just say you're going to hit at me. You still need the pitch. Don't forget that, okay? You still need the pitch. And if you don't believe me, ask my buddy Matty, because apparently he enjoys getting hit at because he keeps throwing the pitch.
Oh, man.
I'm not saying he ain't snapping people off when he does it, because he does. He feels 10 times better than I do. But I just don't enjoy it, and I question his sanity, because I literally think he enjoys it. I think he fucking enjoys it. Throws it up there. Were you really asked to watch a game so certain players wouldn't play? Was I asked? Yes. But here's the funny thing. Full disclosure, I was already watching. But yes, I was asked. I'm not saying the name of that team. Damn. Jesus. Gabe, why are you selling him out? He snapped the fucking opening of Sonora and he snapped 2 dudes off. God, savages over there on Sandbag. Fucking savages.
Stuff.
Boy, they eat their young over there, man. What Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know what? I got an apology to make. I used to say Fine was bad. You know what? Fine ain't bad over there. Fine's the fucking calm one now. Fine's keeping it on lock, keeping everybody else in check over there. Gabe's obviously the problem with fucking firing missiles like that off at his pitcher.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ.
Cannons and shots.
Now, Matty claims, to like it, but then he's fucking limping around all week at league like, I took another 40 shots this weekend. Like badge of courage type shit. Come on, man. They don't give out medals for taking middle shots, bro. I don't know who told you that, but they lied to you. You don't get a merit badge to put on your fucking uniform, all right?
Right.
Gabe's not your pitching coach. Gabe is fucking Jesus, you're fucking tormentor. I wouldn't pitching coach, no. What is this? The 50s? Do they whip you fucking behind the scenes with no jersey on and make it like what are we doing? Happy Gilmore out here? You shooting pucks at you? Jesus. I'm not a fan of these training methods then. What else you doing over there? You doing that fucking Rocky IV fucking factory shit? You pumping Dolph up over there with the cream and shit? What's going on? What's going on over there? I got questions, all right? I got questions about the process. Yeah, I know, RoboCop. I know how much metal you got in your body. How many more middle shots you think you can take before you're literally just a fucking head on a piece of fucking robotic body? And that bitch will still be trying to take middle shots when his arm literally creaks and they got to oil it for him to snap somebody off. He'll still be out there. I mean, Christ, what'd you play that one? You played Worlds with like no toenails on your big toes, right, Matt? You already got them knocked off the day before? I know, John, we put a helmet on it, but it don't really help, does it? He likes it. What the fuck is wrong with him, Los? What, you trying to get on John King's? Is that like what's going on here? Look, I know Rhino. I can make a call, Matt. If it's going to stop you fucking trying to make the perfect play, I'll get you on Rhino, man. Like, what? I would do that for you, bro, so you survive. God damn it. Look, man. Yeah, okay. Look, I'll tell you what. You do you, brother. I'm going to keep avoiding that shit like the plague. And I'm going to say it on record now. Don Logan's never, ever getting a middle to out pitch ever. Ever. He can claim all day he's not going to hit it at me. You ain't getting it. Now, you want to turn on inside one and send it back up my you-know-what? That's on me. All right? That's on me. You ain't getting it. So I love these guys talk shit. You still got to get me to throw the right pitch. Right? Now, you notice I don't say that about guys hitting bombs because that's a little easier. That's a little easier to manipulate the pitch where you need it to be to do that. As far as put one back in middle that I can't field, you still need the right pitch. And I will attest to that.
I don't know about that. I'm going to push back just a little bit, but I'm going to say if the goal is in fact to hit you, I don't really give a fuck what pitch it is. I can hit it back there hard enough, but why would I do that? That's always my question, and I always say the same thing to Don. Like, I don't really want to hit a pitcher. I don't want to hit at the pitcher, like, in that respect, right? In that respect? Oh, fuck. Wait, he's got to swing first, bro. You got to swing first, bro.
There it is.
Got to swing
there
first, bro.
it is.
Yeah, there's going to be none of that shit. We will not tolerate any misrepresentations. My man, hey, Don is my guy. But what I tell you is he's going to have to take the bat off his shoulder in order to swing and miss. When Dude, I even told my wife about that last strikeout, bro. She thought it was funny. God. She even thought it was funny, bro.
Don, I didn't say it. Look, I didn't bring it up.
Look, I said it. I said it. I'd say it again, bro. Because, yeah, that one was tough. I mean, the first one he was trying to say, okay, yeah, the umpire didn't want to. Okay, and you know what? Fine. I'll give you one. But the second one, yeah, buddy, he came to a complete stop. He presented. Yeah, buddy, that ball dropped right there on the mat.
Well, John, I'll put it to you this way, John.
Yes, sir.
It was more than one and less than three. Okay, more than one.
Whoa! It wasn't in the same game though.
No,
unless we just didn't see one. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't the same game. It was two different games. One was earlier in the day. And he said that the pitcher didn't present, that he didn't come to a full stop, that he just kind of boom, quick pitched him. And I guess my argument to him, this is my homie. So if anybody knows me, I keep it a buck, even with my homies. But I said to him, like, what the fuck are you doing in the box? If you're worrying about what the umpire is going to call or not call, why are you in the box? Why are you not calling time? Why didn't you step the fuck out? Anything? Well, he was supposed to print. I don't give a shit what the umpire does. As a hitter, if you're worried about the umpire, you already lost. Then the second one in a different game, I have no words for
the
how.
Bat never
and it was, and I think
shoulder.
The worst part, I think, it was like 10 of us. There was like 10 of us from varying teams, levels, etc. That are all players. We're all kind of sitting there waiting between games or whatever. And every single one of us, as that pitch is coming in, goes, "Ooh, that's fat." Oh my God, this motherfucker!
There was a silence. There was a second of silence before the laughter just broke out.
Oh man!
So there was a shock. There was a shock, and then an awe of everybody just losing their shit, falling on the ground like it was the greatest joke they had ever heard.
Hey, yo, that's right. Yo, he did say this. And I'd almost forgot. And it's that much funnier. That motherfucker said we had a better view of that ball than him. Hey, there he goes.
Here we go.
Yes. We know, bro. It was hilarious. Hey, I will give the shout out to the second pitcher, the pitcher of the second strikeout. That was a great fucking pitch. Because it really did just kind of drop off the table on him. I
I have no words because it was like watching the whole thing in slow motion, pitches coming. It was like, ooh, that looked good. Oh,
Yeah, there are no
crazy.
words. You had to be there.
It's crazy.
Because look, the strikeout's bad enough, but the reaction of the group that happened, and I happened to be standing there too, the reaction of the people, it was like Dave Chappelle was performing in front of us, man. Like we lost our collective shit.
Wild. It's wild. I love my guy.
Man.
I love my guy.
Yeah.
I love my guy, but I'm just saying that shit was so funny and it was so unexpected. And I think all of us were legit, like you said, there was a period in which we're all just in complete shock. Like, did that just fucking happen? And then we're all like, wait, yeah, that really did just happen. And it was shout out to that pitcher again, though. It was a great pitch, but that is a good segue into the Ghost Max balls, because likely that was also a Ghost Max. And you know, we've had a lot of conversations about those Ghost Maxes. I laughed when I saw your original post a couple, like a week or so ago. You were saying you had to verify that those were in fact official. The stamp was there and et cetera. I was entertained because it was almost like Mission Impossible. All of a sudden, like we have to verify that the stamp's real. And I thought maybe, damn, like dudes are going out of their way to get fake stamps. But nonetheless, I love and applaud the fact that you did your diligence. Nonetheless, I know you said you didn't really like the ball as much as everyone else. Not saying you didn't like the ball, period, but you didn't really have the same feeling that everybody else did. So tell me how you feel about the ball, one. Number two, tell me what you would prefer as an alternative.
I don't know if I may have miscategorized it earlier, because I think when I said that to you, it was earlier in the day, and the couple, because only a couple teams had them. So what I saw earlier in the day on Saturday in a couple of the pool games, I was kind of like, I didn't really see any kind of difference. And then I don't know what happened, but Sunday, man, I guess it maybe guys, it was the swings. I don't know, but Sunday, those balls were flying. I do like the cover. It's not that synthetic feel. It's more of a leather feel to it, similar to the old Rocks and the Dudley Advanced Senior. So I always prefer those covers. They do rip a little easier than the synthetic, but they're just easier to grip. And from a pitching standpoint, you kind of know where your ball's going. With the Stoat, it's kind of, throw and pray. You're not sure if you get too much roll, so you get more of a true response to what you're doing to the ball when you're trying to throw certain pitches. But they were moving Sunday. My question is, like, do you have to hire security to go follow these fucking things because you're paying so much? Like, I don't think the ball is so much better that, you should pay 100 shipped for a dozen rather than 70 shipped for a Senior Dudley Advance. I think they're close enough where that $30 is it's too much. But, they seem to perform well, as far as flying out Sunday, and everybody who got them really liked them. Like I said, you're literally going to have security with a case for these fucking things. Like, are we going to start getting kerfuffles over balls, home run balls and stuff? And, they're going to have to break up. They're going to have to break up some gatherings, like out past the fence every once in a while with some hold-me-backs. Like, no, that's our Ghost Max. No, that's our Ghost Max. That's our, we signed it. So I don't know. It's only one tournament, so we'll see how they perform. But dude, listen, I'm not even kidding you when I had 2 out-of-state directors post on some of the U-Trip boards that they had found Ghost Max balls with the fake U-Trip stamp on them. So I didn't just dream that up to have fun with you guys. Like, that was a legitimate thing.
No, I didn't think you did. And
somebody posted earlier about Mark's going to get blown up. No, they're going to attempt to blow me up. You guys act like this is the first time I'm going to be pitching. I pitched in front of behind a pitcher's mound with no helmet. They're going to hit at me regardless. They're going to try to hit at me. And I will tell you this, all right? Do you really want to take the chance of me somehow catching it and getting you out and then totally talking about it for the next 6 months on this show? Do you really want to take that chance to be the one guy that I happen to glove up or snap off? You want to be that guy? Look at what we do to Don over strikeout. What do you think I'm going to do to you if I fucking get you out and you try that shit? But more importantly, if you're already worried about hitting me, I'm winning here. Here. The mental game. All right? Kevin McDill didn't hit at me. I should have made a play on that ball. It was just close enough. I made it look good. Me get hit in the hand, breaking it, and falling down trying to glove it up made it look a lot worse than it was. He did what he was supposed to do. Although, like I said back in the day, I don't know why he was standing 7 miles off the plate, but he was, and I was ready for, he went with the pitch. Moving on. You can try to hit at me, but just remember, if you're more worried about that than what I'm doing, I'm already winning the battle because you're not worried about the pitch.
So Maddie said, we hit both this weekend, prefer the blue and white laced rocks. And then Dennis, of course, said the Onyx balls were flying at Legacy. Heard they were a little better than the short porch balls from a team that was using both.
Wow.
I'm interested.
Wow,
I'm
I heard
interested.
I heard a bad report about the Onyx. I heard they were lopsided and falling apart after hitting a fence or getting hit out. I heard they were not very durable.
If I'm gonna add a little bit, I kept seeing kind of all of that at Pioneer. If anything, that's the one thing about Pioneer. When anybody who's played at Pioneer, you kind of know it. Anything that goes over those fences is probably coming back damaged in some way, either lopsided, either
the rocks don't help.
The rocks and everything else. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult to just judge the performance, or not the performance, but the durability of the ball at Pioneer, because there's so many ways for that ball to be completely damaged just by basic, standard things.
Wow. I thought it was just the light posts, John.
Yeah, I saw that little group P situation. That was a little weird. Yeah, Pioneer destroys balls, dead ass. I mean, it is probably the only thing that makes Pioneer, the only negative on Pioneer, because I know I go on file at every chance I get to say that Pioneer is the best set of softball fields in the Phoenix area. But that is the big difficulty is, you hit a few balls out of anywhere. Yeah, it goes haywire.
All right, so
blue and white laces
in
balls
chat.
are Dudley Senior Advanced. Okay.
Maddie, what kind of... Hold on.
Yeah, Maddie threw that.
I got to call him on this one, all right?
Get him.
You're pitching the fucking ball. How the fuck do you not know what ball you're pitching? Are you that oblivious? I give you credit for fucking since fucking December about fucking how far you've come, and you got the mental game down now, and then you go and do some absent-minded professor bullshit like that. You, of all people, should fucking know the difference between every ball and what one's going to do versus another one when you throw it. Again, Maddie, giving away what little advantage you can have as a pitcher. By all means, bud, go out there and throw any ball you want. Sure, just throw it out there. Just tap it in. Tap it. Come on, asshole. Be better. Gabe's got to correct you. No wonder he's a savage. Gabe, I take it back. I take back everything I said. Whoop that boy's ass. He needs some more fucking seasoning. The Dudley Advance are one of my favorites. I think they kind of cover everything.
He's got a point though, and he said it. I was going to, but I didn't want to get in the middle of that pitcher bullshit. He said, "I'm not pitching our balls." He's right.
But even more importantly, that's why you should look in your fucking glove to see what you're throwing at these guys. So you're only making my point stronger. So you're using the opposing team's balls to throw to them. Well, don't you want them to fucking foul out once or twice? So wouldn't you come on, man. You're only making my point. If you don't know what balls you're throwing as a pitcher, what the fuck are you doing out there? Give the ball up and go play first base. Just get the fuck out of there. Come on. We have no advantage whatsoever. Come on.
That's rough.
Come on. At stadiums. And what? The majors were thrown in stadiums? I mean, look. I'm not going to say it didn't happen, Dennis. I can't stand at every field and police every ball coming in. The hell do I look like? The Gestapo? The hell you want me to do out here? It could have happened. I mean, we had a 50s team throwing stadiums in a couple tournaments ago. It happens. Shit. My UIC one tournament didn't know the fucking red and white laces were 525s. Like, it happens. People miss shit. If we don't use the 525s, nobody will know. Oh, at Legacy. Oh, at League? Were they throwing stadiums in at League, or was that the other side of the tournament? Oh, so it's probably who was over there? The Opens?
Open. The Open was
women's? Okay.
Yeah.
Of course they were.
Open and E's. Wasn't E there too? I think E was there too.
Obviously, Maddie, you making that comment means at the very least you're ignorant. Because when I used to get a fucking stoat that had a dent in it, I could get foul outs all fucking day long. So again, maybe there are a couple things that I still have to fucking teach you. Very disappointed in you tonight, sir. Very disappointed. Gabe, you know what to do. The cattle prod should have been there. I had it overnighted.
So you do prefer. What do you prefer as a ball?
If I have a choice, right now my favorite is the Dudley Senior Advanced. Very similar to Ghost Max. They seem to hold up pretty well, and as far as throwing them, they're very consistent. Even after they've been hit a couple times, they're still very consistent in trying to throw your different pitches. The Stoats are a crapshoot because one good shot on them, there's a dent in it somewhere. So they spin weird. It's great for knuckleballs, but even you don't know where it's going. So if you can hit the mat with it, great. But usually you don't know. So the worst thing is a pitcher out of your hand, you don't know where the fucking ball is going. For one thing, where you need to be to try to field it or get killed, or better yet, whether you can get them not to lift more and to hopefully get a fly out rather than a bomb. Coach just fucking ghosted him. You just got ghosted, Matty. Gabe ghosted him. So I prefer them for the consistency in what you're trying to throw as pitches and whatnot. I feel like I got a little better control. I feel like those are a lot easier to drop on the back corners of the mat where Stoats tend to be a little heavy on the back end. So you got to throw them a little different. The rocks were great for that. The rocks were my all-time favorite as far as being what I call light. So you could give the impression that the ball's going to go deep and drop it on that back corner with late break. You can't do that with Stoats. You can't do that with the Baden Fires. So that's, as a pitcher, I want that thing to look as weird as possible coming into you, right? But I also need to know where it's going. So a little bit of a trade-off with all the different balls. But I'm a fan of those Dudley advances personally.
I can dig it. Hey, we've been here for a little bit. We might as well wrap this up.
All right. Let's get our UFC. Well, no, actually, let's
we have
get UFC.
We have two predictions to do. We have UFC prediction. We're only gonna do the main. We're only gonna do the main event. And then of course we have the Super Bowl predictions. Which would you prefer we do first?
Well, if you want to have some fun, I would put that last comment up so I can just eviscerate whoever the fuck it was. Because I only see Facebook users, so it's probably somebody I know to make a stupid ass comment like that.
Yeah.
I'll go look later, and I'll make a mental note, and I hope they play. I see them. Mm-hmm. And then when I take care of you and you go 1 for 5 against me that weekend, I'm going to take notes, and I got receipts. So go get off the chat, stop watching the show, get over to DBAT. You're going to need help. Oh, Vinny? Fuck. I don't need shit. I'm 52, big boy. I'm 52. I'll see you soon, Vin. You better go to DBAT and work on that inside pitch. I don't know what they got down in Tucson there. Maybe go get a generator and a light, get the tee out. You better learn to hit that inside pitch. The one that usually jams you up that I've seen, I don't know, for the last 5 years. I'm coming, boy. I'm coming now. Receipts. Moving on. Prediction for UFC, big fight. Our boy Volkanovski, who we now agree was the best pound-per-pound fighter after his last fight. I was ready to go before the fight. Marlos needed the result after, but now we agree on that. Decides, fuck it. I can go up a weight class. And he's taken on current phenom and belt holder, our boy Chimaev, from the Khabib school of fuck you. If you can't move your arms and legs, you can't win.
Mahasha.
What am I getting mixed up?
You said Chimaev. Yeah. You twisted him up. Yeah, it's all.
They got to look. These Dagestan guys. Look, I don't mean no disrespect, man. Can we come up with some kind of nickname, bro? Like we're not good with language here. Sorry. Anyway, he's a badass. All right, he's got the belt. He's a badass. Probably a little teeny more of a striker than say Khabib was, but still the same. Just fucking engulf you and win the fight. Wrestling and not allowing you to do anything. Now, Volkanovski offers a unique challenge in that he's a guy who has been on the bottom of flights and embarrassed real wrestlers before. So I can say with 100% certainty, he's not afraid. He's got a healthy respect, but he's not afraid of takedowns or wrestling in this matchup. Weight difference could be an issue. It always is. As much as they want to play it down, it's going to be an issue. Now, the rumors are Volk's bulked up. We'll see it. We got the weigh-ins, I think, Friday. So we'll see. I got to go with recent history, and I think Volkanovski gets it done. I really do. I don't know if it'll be a knockout decision. I feel like that guy's got that extra gear, man, that will, when he's in trouble, to just break out and fuck somebody up and don't expect it, We'll see, but I'm gonna go Volkanovski. But I'm not.
I'm going with Islam. And some of my reasoning is a little different, only because while I respect the fact that Volkanovski is a fucking beast, my issue is Islam's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. Islam's coming in. He's manufacturing ways to be pissed off. He starts talking about the level of promotion for this particular PPV. all these different things. He's talking about Dana, not being able to pronounce his name or forgetting his name and all this bullshit. He's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder. He wants to demonstrate to everybody that there's a reason why he's there and why he's better, et cetera, et cetera. I do not believe it's going to be a KO. I don't believe it's going to be a TKO or anything like that. It's going to go to a decision. I think it's going to be one hell of a fight. It's going to be a lot of back and forth. It is not going to be the same type of fights that Volk has had the last couple. I mean, obviously, it ain't gonna be that shit with Korean Zombie, but I think it's gonna be a really, really tense fight. Tense.
That was
is probably
Marlos,
my best word.
Korean Zombie was a kerfuffle. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
On one side.
On one side, a one-sided kerfuffle, right? Because Volkanovski was piecing him the fuck up from the first bell. So I think it's going to be Islam. But I think regardless, it's going to be a great fight. The rest of the card's pretty goddamn good too. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not paying for it, but it is what it is.
Sorry,
we got to do what we got to do.
You got enough money. You got a whole slap league. Like you got enough money, bro.
For real, you over there wasting time doing weird shit like that. Now let's get to this thing that we know you're gonna go haywire over. That's why I wanted to go ahead and get to it. That's why I didn't want you talking about whoever the fuck was talking about that pitching shit.
Bro,
we already know your pick.
Shit, this whole show.
We already know your pick, bro. We already know your pick. There ain't shit you're gonna ask.
Well, I just figure I didn't need to talk about it because somebody leaked the game script already. So I figure,
duh.
I didn't need to talk about it. 37
found it on IRC,
was
bro.
The script.
Yeah, I found it on IRC. It's all good.
Somebody on the inside of the NFL cult was nice enough to leak the game script, and apparently we're going to win 37-34. So I'd like to thank all the Illuminati over there at the NFL that deemed us worthy to win the Super Bowl. But in reality, I kind of thought it was going to be a close game. But the more I'm talking to people, looking at stuff, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit here. Homer, whatever you want to call it. Yes. I like the Eagles by 7 on Sunday, and it's not going to be close. There'll be late heroics from Mahomes, maybe a late Kelsey touchdown or something crazy to get them within 7.
Did you just say it's not going to be close?
That's what I said.
But how's not? You legit caused a blue screen of death in my brain. You said by 7, and it's not going to be close.
I was explaining before you cut me off why it would be like that. You're going to have some late game heroics from Mahomes to get it to 7. Whether they score 2 quick ones or whatever, it's not going to be close. And in the fourth quarter, they're going to scare us a little bit because Mahomes is fucking Mahomes, and I think you'll see it at the end of the game because the dude doesn't get enough credit for his will to win. But I just listen. At the end of the day, they're going to have to pull off some miracles at the end to make it 7. And the Eagles are going to basically own the game for 3.5 quarters. Maybe 10, 14, right around there, and then they're going to get that late touchdown.
I mean, to each his own. I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
Of course you are, hater. I get it, hater.
No. Well, there's no hate. There's no such thing as hater in my blood. I don't even speak that language. And you'd have to be a hater to even utilize a phrase like that. So I'm saying I still have more faith in. I have a lot of faith in Mahomes. Even though he's throwing to literally some cats that he pulled off the street and was like, "Yo, put this on. You're a wide receiver now. Go." Other than Kelsey, you know what I'm saying? And Kelsey's a monster. And so I feel like they're going to. It's going to be a great game. It's not going to be a blowout one side or the other. I don't want to be stupid. And that is not going to happen. I think it's going to be a great game. I do think it's going to be close. Unlike you, I don't consider that to be a blowout. If you can get within 7 by the end of the game, that's still close. I still think the game's going to be close. But I'm going for the Chiefs, bro. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I had to think about it a little bit this week. I was leaning towards the Eagles earlier in the weekend. And then as things kind of went along, I was like, I think Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to do it. Mahomes is going to make his way. As much as it pains me to say, because I know I say this all the time. I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan. The problem is I'm not an Eagles fan. But in this case, I think that's going to be the way and the light and the truth and all that good stuff.
Listen, if they don't win the game, I'm okay with it because I feel really good about the future of the franchise.
Totally.
Hurts. Listen, Jeff Lurie, the Eagles owner, said it, and I really appreciate the fact that he even said it because he didn't have to.
Yes.
they question me. He goes, look, Jalen Hurts has nothing left to prove. He's our guy. He's exactly what we want. And it's rare that an owner does that when the guy's coming up on, the ability to get an extension after his 3-year rookie deal. So
Right.
Jalen Hurts is going to be making between $48 and $50 million a year. They're going to get it done this offseason. I feel really good. All our guys, most of the guys are pretty locked up. We got some defensive guys that got to, we got to figure out. I mean, I don't see him re-signing Bradbury, Fletcher Cox. There's guys. But even if, they don't get it done, are they going to balance? Let's see.
No, it's not. It's totally
Nice.
not. It's the plastic in the shape.
We'll see. I'm excited. I will give you guys an added bonus. I am not going to bet the outcome of the game, but what I will talk to you about, and I do it every year, is I like to take a shot on first touchdown scorer on both sides of the ball. My 2 picks for this year now, and I also try to get good odds, so I don't just pick the favorite guy. All right, the best odds on the Eagles is Miles Sanders. I believe he was plus 600. But the 2 guys I like, Dallas Goedert, plus 1,000. And for the Chiefs, Jared McKinnon is plus 1,400. Last I looked. So as far as I always like to try to grab first touchdown scorer, get one from both sides, and, throw a couple bucks on each one. You make a little bit of money. Also the Gatorade color this year, I'm going to go with lemon lime. You thought I was going to say orange, but I'm not.
I was thinking orange. Yeah, I was thinking orange.
But so the Eagles got Sirianni with lemon lime in the NFC Championship game, and the Chiefs went orange in the AFC Championship game. So they didn't get Andy, but they dumped it. So I kind of like I'm thinking lemon lime. So that's another one. Coin flip. It's going to be heads. Don't waste your money. I'm trying to get some other bets. The national anthem, I didn't see the time yet. I think it's like 2 minutes and 31 seconds or something. I got to see who's doing it, but I'll probably go over on that. It's been over like the last 4 years, by the way, the national anthem time over under. Those are some of the fun props I like to do. I know there's a couple Rihanna props on the halftime show, and I'm looking forward to a couple of the commercials. The Caddyshack one. The Breaking Bad one came out today, so I already saw that one. That's fucking phenomenal. There's an Alicia Silverstone Clueless one I didn't really get. And then there's one for, I think it's Indeed, where they got a bunch of rock stars coming into job interviews that look pretty funny. So other than that, we'll see. But yeah, I always like the props. And folks, just for the record, I'm still holding out hope I'm going to be able to go. So if you know any connects, send them my way. But the prices are down. They're down to like $3,300 from like $55 last week. So we'll see. I'm going to hold up till right till Sunday morning. I'm going to keep looking, But I also saw the Nigerian Prince scam, and we're in this city. We can't get there. And the dumbasses post the price for $700 each. Well, like, just put a fucking red flag on your head at that point. Read the room. So watch the scammers. Anyway, next week's going to be a good show regardless. Either you're all going to come here to give me my comeuppance, or you're not going to tune in because you know what I'm going to come out with. But hey, one way or the other, next week is going to be pretty fucking good. And folks, we have some incredible UFC fights coming up in the next couple months. Incredible fights. I mean, it's stacked for the next 3-4 months. We got Izzy Pereira 2. We got John Jones and Cyril Gagne. We got, Jesus, man. We got, what's it called, 4 with Moreno. And then, what is he, Hill talking shit today about people earning fucking title shots. You Abraham Lincoln looking. So we got good stuff going on at the UFC. Christ, man, maybe we can talk about the slap league just for the humor of it. It's quite comical to me. I don't know how you take that serious. I don't know how you get up there like you're an athlete.
Not at all, bro. Fuck that.
Who knows, man? We'll see. We got XFL coming up.
All right, let's get out of here.
That was dope.
Let's get out of here, dude.
Peace out. End it.
Sir.
Cut it.